Hi everyone, Chris Kyle here, creator of the Man on Purpose online course, and I'm here to share with you video number 2 in my Shaping the Future video series that I've created around what I call the 4 story changes. The 4 story changes. And I shared in my first video about story change number 1, which is letting go of the story that success is solely defined by money and power. And I want to share with you video number 2 today, which is about story change number 2. But before I dive into that, I want to share with you a little bit about what I mean by shaping the future. And what I consider shaping the future is really a tension between two things, which is that we can choose to continually react to what's happening out in the world and all the things that are happening to us and what we perceive as injustice to us or challenges that we're facing, and we can keep reacting to them. Or we can choose to be in a mindset of continuously responding, consciously responding to what's happening around us and in the world, and taking full responsibility for our actions and choices, so that we begin to see what needs to happen in our culture, what needs to happen in my own life that actually can help evolve us, evolve myself, and evolve the world. And so what I see is we need to create new stories. That shaping the future is about living into the new stories that we create and letting go of the old ones that no longer serve us. They may have served us at some time around our survival or around resources or making sure that our communities and our families were safe. But the challenge now is that so many of those old, outdated stories don't serve us anymore. Many of them are cultural stories that live out in the culture and in our media. Some of them are also just internal, personal stories that we run. They mirror each other. You know, the cultural stories impact our own way of thinking and our own story. So shaping the future together is about all of us coming together to choose consciously new stories to live in. And so like you heard me say in the first story about success is really looking at redefining success beyond money and power into more around meaning and purpose and service and happiness. And so now as we step into story change number 2, this one is really powerful. It kind of builds off the first one, goes a little deeper underneath the sort of success, how we see ourselves as successful. So kind of think of it as a layer underneath. And this one is story change number 2 is letting go of the story that there is not enough. Not enough. So think about that. Not enough time, not enough money, not enough resources, not enough friends, not enough of everything. In our culture, we're constantly bombarded by this message that we're not enough. Our marketing preys on that globally, so that there is this quality of there's not enough in my life of things, but at the deepest root level, I'm not enough. So this is a story, this old story is a story of scarcity and lack. And out of that scarcity and lack, there's a desire to then acquire more or get more for what I need or what I want, more and more and more, so I don't have to face the real fear, the possibility that I may lose it all. And think about that. That's still an illusion. If I think about the fear of losing it all, I might actually think, if I lose it all, I will lose everything. My family, my friends, my community. I'll be all alone, destitute, might as well pack it in, right? So there's this kind of thing of like, then I need to keep moving to get more stuff to make sure that I don't have to face that possibility. If I lost it all, what would happen then? So the emerging news story here, really powerful. The emerging news story around this is that we have plenty, that there's more than enough for us to have the kind of life that we want. Again, if the life is based more on things like meaning and purpose and happiness, then it isn't about acquiring more things. And we don't need much to be happy, right? I mean, you know that. We don't need a lot to be happy, but we're still buying into the story that more is better, and that if I get mine, then that's what's important, because you may take mine or I may need to take from you, and so there's this scarcity. There's only so much, so I have to take it for myself. So if we begin to change this story, really powerful, really powerful. Changing this story means that we start to unhook from the need and the drive in this sort of competitive environment, this zero-sum game that I get mine at the expense of yours. So let's change this story. Let's keep thinking about, wow, what is it that I really need? I don't need that much for me to be happy and engaged and feel purposeful. Yes, I need to have my basics taken care of, and where I live is kind of expensive, so I work to make sure that I have enough. But am I driving to get more and more and more and more for the sake of having more? No. So even in the inequities of life, even when there are those that have more, those that have less, that there is this place that there is more than enough. There's more than enough to go around. So that's story change number 2. I'll be sharing story change number 3 and 4 in the next 2 videos that I'll be sharing with you. And also join me and people from all around the world for my free online training event this coming Tuesday, October 11th. It's going to be an amazing experience, 75 minutes, where I'm going to be sharing some deep insights around how to live your purpose in these chaotic times, how to find that sense of meaning in this time in our culture. So thank you so much for being here with me. Stay tuned for the next 2 videos, and we'll see you soon.